God has an urgent message for you today, and time is running out. Authorities just received a call 10 minutes ago about someone you love deeply, and they're coming to arrest them right now. This isn't random timing. You're hearing this divine warning at this exact moment because God wants to prepare your spirit before chaos arrives at your door. This message comes with love and urgency to help you face what's about to unfold. Your loved one is in danger of being taken away, and God is giving you this precious window of time to pray, prepare, and stand in faith before everything changes. As you hear these words, know that God sees the legal storm approaching your family. It's normal to feel shock, fear, or disbelief when you hear about an arrest happening to someone close to you. But remember that divine protection is watching over this situation. This warning is your chance to get spiritually ready and turn panic into powerful prayer. You're receiving this message because there's still time to cover your loved one in divine protection before authorities arrive. Even when the situation feels terrifying and out of control, trust that this advance warning is a blessing because knowing what's coming helps you respond with faith instead of fear. This knowledge gives you power to act spiritually when every second counts. As you process this shocking news about your loved one's arrest, take a moment right now to prepare spiritually for this crisis. Just like a soldier puts on armor before battle, you need to cover yourself and your loved one in spiritual protection immediately. Hold on to your faith, your inner calm, and your clarity of mind, but let go of panic, helplessness, and the fear that wants to paralyze you. Just like a lighthouse stands firm during a violent storm to guide ships safely home, your steady faith will guide your family through this legal darkness. This warning about the arrest isn't meant to terrify you but to activate your spiritual strength, making you ready to be the rock your loved one needs during the hardest moment of their life. Without judgment about what led to this point, focus entirely on what happens next and how you'll respond with divine wisdom. This warning about your loved one's arrest is more than just information about police activity. It's a spiritual checkpoint for your entire family. It's a moment when heaven breaks through to give you what you need most, time to pray before crisis hits. Face this message with courage, knowing that God doesn't give warnings to frighten you but to equip you. There's a divine plan unfolding even through legal systems and courtrooms, working in ways you can't see yet. Legal troubles might seem like pure disaster, but view them as opportunities for miraculous intervention and spiritual growth under pressure. When authorities arrive to make this arrest, you'll need supernatural strength that only comes through prayer. Start praying right now for divine favor with police officers, for protection during the arrest process, for angels to surround your loved one as handcuffs go on. God is always here to give you strength, wisdom, and peace that makes no sense given the circumstances. In your prayers during this crisis, you'll find the guidance you need to navigate every terrifying moment ahead. Remember that earthly justice and divine justice operate on completely different systems. As we've discussed preparing for this urgent crisis, I'd like to help prepare you for future divine warnings as well. If these time-sensitive spiritual messages resonate with your spirit, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to receive more urgent warnings and blessings. These alerts could save someone's family from being caught completely unprepared. Looking back now, you may realize God has been trying to warn you about this arrest for days or even weeks. These weren't just random experiences. There were divine clues preparing you for this moment. Have you been having disturbing dreams lately about police, handcuffs, courtrooms, or seeing your loved one behind bars? Those were spiritual warnings trying to get your attention. Maybe you've felt unexplained anxiety or restlessness specifically about this person, a knot in your stomach every time you thought about them. Perhaps you've had sudden, strong urges to pray for them at odd times, feeling pulled to intercede even when you didn't know why. You might have been hearing their name repeatedly from different people, or found yourself thinking about them constantly for no clear reason. Some of you felt actual physical sensations, tightness in your chest, racing heartbeat, or sudden coldness whenever this person came to mind. Conversations that seemed random or meaningless at the time now make perfect sense as warnings. Your intuition has been screaming at you that something was wrong, that this person was in danger. Those divine whispers you dismissed as worry or imagination were actually God's voice trying to prepare you. Now you understand. Every sign was real, every instinct was right, and your spiritual senses were picking up what your eyes couldn't see yet. Right now, in this very moment, you need to pray with more intensity than you've ever prayed before. Create a prayer shield around your loved one immediately by speaking divine protection over every part of this arrest. Pray specifically that angels surround them as authorities approach, that supernatural peace fills their mind so they don't resist or make things worse. Call on heaven's warriors to create legal intervention, to touch the hearts of the officers making the arrest so they treat your loved one with dignity and fairness. Speak protection over the entire arrest process, the handcuffs, the police car, the station, the holding cell. Pray for favor with every authority figure they encounter today. Ask God to send divine advocates into the legal system on their behalf, lawyers and judges who will be instruments of mercy. Create a spiritual covering over any interrogation, praying that your loved one has wisdom about what to say and what to stay silent about. Visualize divine light completely surrounding them, a shield that protects their body, mind, and spirit from harm. Don't stop praying. Pray without ceasing through every moment of this crisis until you know they are safe. The timing of you hearing this message right now is absolutely perfect and not at all accidental. God's precision in warning you just before the arrest happens shows how closely you're being watched over. This window of time between the warning and the arrest is your opportunity to spiritually prepare to pray powerful prayers before chaos arrives. You're hearing this exactly when you need to because divine timing is always perfect even when human timing feels terrible. There's a sacred connection between what's happening in the spiritual realm and what's about to happen in the earthly realm outside your door. Let this warning build your confidence that you're not facing this alone. You have divine backup, even though the timing feels scary, and urgent trust that God is orchestrating every second for ultimate good. This isn't a random coincidence that you're watching this video right now. You were meant to receive this warning at this exact moment. Just as you receive these urgent divine warnings that can change outcomes through prayer, your support helps us continue sharing time-sensitive spiritual alerts with others facing crisis. A small super thanks of $5, $10, or $20 allows these critical warnings to reach families who desperately need advance notice before legal trouble strike their homes unexpectedly. As your loved one faces arrest and everything that follows, understand that legal troubles are some of life's most intense spiritual testing ground. Just like gold becomes pure and valuable only after passing through refining fire, your loved one's character and faith will be tested and strengthened through this legal battle. God arranges these challenges for purposes higher than you can understand right now, working everything together for eventual good even when it looks like total disaster. Focus on maintaining unshakable faith during the arrest, the booking, the arraignment, and every court date that follows. Remember that God works through defense lawyers, prosecutors, judges, and even correctional officers. The entire legal system can become an instrument of divine will. Throughout history, biblical figures faced legal persecution and came out stronger. Joseph was falsely imprisoned. Paul was arrested multiple times. Daniel was thrown to lions by legal decree. Your loved one's faith is being refined right now. Stay authentic in your trust even when circumstances seem hopeless, because your relationship with God is your greatest asset during any family legal crisis. As you prepare for authorities to arrive, make it a habit to speak these words with absolute faith. My loved one is divinely protected and guided through this arrest. Say this affirmation out loud right now, letting it fill the air around you. Speak another powerful declaration. Angels surround them during every moment of this legal process. These aren't just nice words, they are spiritual weapons that create actual protection in the invisible realm during crisis moments. This simple practice of speaking faith-filled declarations builds an unbreakable shield around your loved one that fear and chaos cannot penetrate. When panic tries to take over or when the arrest seems too overwhelming to face, pause and speak protection over the situation. Again, develop a prayer routine starting right now that you'll maintain through every stage: arrest, booking, bail, hearing, trial. Speak divine favor and mercy over the courtroom, over the judge's decisions, over every document filed. Declare supernatural intervention. In legal proceedings that seem hopeless, your words have power during crisis, so use them strategically to shift spiritual atmospheres and invite miracles into impossible situations. During this arrest and the legal battle that follows, remember, you're not just dealing with a personal crisis, you're on a spiritual mission to be strength for someone who desperately needs you. This is your opportunity to show up as the kind of support that makes all the difference. Be spiritually present without enabling any wrong behavior that may have led here. If possible, pray together with your loved one before authorities arrive, covering them in faith for what's ahead. Immediately start building a community of prayer warriors, trusted friends, and family members who will intercede daily for legal favor and protection. Share this burden with spiritual people who understand the power of united prayer. Once the arrest happens, support them through jail visits, phone calls, and letters that encourage their faith. When everything feels dark, maintain hope even when legal circumstances look completely hopeless, because your unwavering belief becomes their lifeline. Be the light shining in their darkest hour, reminding them that God hasn't abandoned them and neither have you. As this legal situation unfolds, you must understand that earthly justice systems and God's justice operate on completely different principles. Human courts follow laws and procedures, but divine justice sees hearts' intentions and bigger purposes. God's system considers factors no judge can see: spiritual growth, character development, protection from woes, futures, and redemption arcs that take years to complete. Even if this arrest seems completely wrongful or unfair, trust that it serves a divine purpose you can't understand. Yet throughout history, innocent people have suffered unjust legal persecution only to be dramatically vindicated later, their stories becoming powerful testimonies when legal outcomes don't make sense or feel deeply wrong. That's when faith matters most. Believe that God is turning this legal trouble into an eventual testimony of miraculous intervention. Truth has a way of eventually surfacing. Exercise patience during slow legal processes, trusting divine timing for resolution even when human timing feels cruel and endless. In closing, as we face this arrest and whatever legal battles follow, let's move forward with urgent faith and immediate action. Be prepared to welcome God's supernatural protection over every stage of the arrest process, from the moment authorities arrive until your loved one is safe. Face these legal challenges with spiritual strength that comes only from deep faith and persistent prayer. Recognize every small blessing and miracle along the way. Even in the darkest moments, trust completely in prayer's power. During arrests and legal proceedings, you are on a path toward miraculous outcomes. If you maintain faith, keep speaking, my loved one is divinely protected, and watch divine intervention unfold. If this urgent message has helped prepare your spirit for this crisis, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more time-sensitive divine warnings. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a critical alert meant to protect you and your loved ones. When you share this message, you could literally warn another family before authorities arrive at their door. Each person who receives this warning through you becomes part of a spiritual network of protection. Dear Lord, please give us supernatural strength to face this arrest and the wisdom to see your hand guiding us through legal storms. Grant favor with authorities and protection during this crisis. Amen. If this message has touched your heart or helped you prepare for your loved one's arrest, Consider showing your appreciation with a super thanks of $5, $10, $20, or more. Your support helps us continue sharing urgent divine warnings with families facing legal emergencies. Please share in the comments what spiritual topics about legal protection or justice you'd like to hear in our next video. Your suggestions help us bring you the urgent guidance you need most during crisis moments.